is pioneering the foundation for real-time guidance and surgical robotic autonomy. All right.
Hello, everyone. So we do what he said. We build the first foundation model for surgery. So we figured out a big problem in operative room by shadowing a lot of surgeons during months. After each surgery, a surgeon has to sit and to write an operative report. This is the only proof point of what happens in the surgery room. And this is a critical documentation for continuity of care, billing, and medical legal protection. But, as you can imagine, this takes hours per week. This is a big problem because surgeons have to choose between high-quality documentation that will define everything else, everything that I told you about, or to bill operating hours and actually do what they know how to do, operate patients. We solve this trade-off. So at Uncover, we built the first foundation model for surgery, the first model that understands surgical videos. Because today, 60% of surgeries are actually either robotic, either minimally invasive, so they are recorded. So I can show you how it works. Sorry, if you don't like, if you don't like blood or whatever, don't sue me. This is something like close your eyes. Okay, so this is the type of video we analyze. So I will pass you the details. This is actually done in real time. It's just for the demo, for the sake of the demo. But we process the video in real time during the surgery. During the surgery, we have a model that is doing reasoning, that is analyzing phases, steps, anomalies, instruments, knowing why the surgeon uses this type of instruments, why the surgeon adds this phase on the surgery. And this is because we do the first video understanding model. So onto that, you can see a lot of captions that shows what is happening in these specific frames, but the whole operative report is actually being written. Okay, so I will pass you the details, they're not very sexy. And in the very end, you have this report. So I will stop here. This is much more precise than any surgeon can do. Not that can do, more precise than any surgeon will do, because they don't have time for documentation. So we have this, we have the billing summary, the exact CPT code that they should bill, and we have everything that should be used for the patient safety. So, as you can imagine, we're not building that only on the sake of documentation. Building foundation model is not only for making surgeon gain some time, but just by making surgeon gain 1 hour per week, extra surgery per week, which means 3 hours per week, we make one department we work with adds up 4.5 million profit per year on adding up one surgery per week. This is huge. So this is our team. Johan, here behind, the tech genius. So he already did the real-time video analysis for satellites and lunar rover that automatically go on the moon. I am here and here. I'm the CEO of Uncover. I have a background in tech bio. I was the first hire of a tech bio that raised multi-million on VC and come from a family of surgeons and also did some VC for medtech and health techs. And we're joined by an amazing surgeon that is the chief of department in liver surgery and is helping us to open every door so we spend our days in operative rooms. So to give you a bit more on what he said, the vision is much bigger. We build a model that understands what happened in a surgery. This means that we can go into real-time guidance, going into saying to the surgeon what they should do instead of doing that, how to avoid errors, and going into autonomous robotic surgery, as the type of the robot that you see here. So if you want to use your code to make surgery safer and to really make a big impact in the world, contact us. We're hiring. We're already a team of 4 people, a full stack engineer from Shopify, an AI research engineer, and both of us. Thank you.
Ah, it was cool. our first video demo. Or maybe second, actually. Sorry, June. Well, here, so we got some questions for you. Questions from the audience for the Uncover team. Oh, we got one in the back.
How difficult is it to get surgeons comfortable trusting the advice that it's giving? I feel like that's probably one of the hardest things that you have to tackle.
Not really. Actually, surgeons and any doctor is used to use ChatGPT. So they're used to know that AI will, at a time, become better than them. We really think that surgery is today where radiology was 10 years ago, which means that today AI is better than any radiologist to detect things that are happening in the body. We think that in 10 years it's going to be the same for AI, and surgeons think the same. So they're very, very, very open to test AI.
Appreciate it. All right. All right, we got our next demoist. How's everybody feeling? Pretty good? All right, all right. Our fourth demoist is Axion Orbital. Axion, come onto the stage in here. I'll let you hold that. I'm going to get my laptop for you.
Hey everyone, I'm Dhananjay. Moved to SF like a week ago on a on a single wave flight. Recently graduated, and yeah, cheers. Yeah. So I'm building Axion Orbital. Basically, so previously I was working as a machine learning engineer at India Space Agency. After that, did my grad, built a startup, venture-backed startup before as well. I didn't work out, and now I'm building something like OpenAI, but for the space industry. So yeah, let me show you the demo how things look like. So yeah, currently like people think analyzing satellite data, building complex models to track crop health in real time or objects from space is pretty complex. But I am trying to ease that out and make satellite intelligence accessible to every single human being on the planet. So yeah, let me show that to you how that works. I don't ever dig though. I hate digs. So yeah. Yeah. So this is how the IDE looks like. You just come in. Check out who are our current developers who are working on this. Small interactive demo. So yeah, let's dive right in. This is basically a simulated UX. If you want to work on it hands-on, you can just go to my website, enroll on the waitlist, and I'll work with you to incorporate either in your enterprise workflow, or you can just try it out yourself. It's very compute heavy, so I have not released it open source or for everyone as an open beta. So yeah, this is how it looks like. You can just put in any query, like suppose you're a hedge fund and you need to get intelligence on how the weather patterns will be in Jakarta in the next couple of months, or like what happened in previous monsoons. So you can see if and so you can position yourself on relative rainfall, or when floods came, what is the probability of floods coming here, how will it affect the overall productivity of the region or GDP of the region. So hedge funds primarily use these kind of data to take position in the market. So currently what happens is they either work via a consultant or a space agency that's pretty, that charges them millions of dollars to gather that intelligence and delivers it. Now you can just put in a simple natural language query like build me a flood risk model for Jakarta, submit a query. It takes a little bit time. We have our own proprietary internal engine that we have built. That's for agentic usage, unlike our current alternatives that are available like ArcGIS, Google Earth Engine. So yeah, this is how it works. Very developer friendly. We are currently backed by Character Capital. I'm a solo founder, solo team member, and currently hiring in SF right now. So yeah, it just gives you the output directly in an exportable format that you can either export to ArcGIS or your other GIS consoles. It tells you what sensors do we use. So we're currently using open source data from the European Space Agency's different types of constellations and NASA's as well. So currently relying on open source data, but we are having conversations to contract with either Planet Labs or Pixel or even PSI Space. They are like leaders in the ULEO orbit of synthetic aperture radar kind of data. So yeah, it even gives you the method like what happened behind the hood, because developers need to know what happens, and then they can trust what the output comes like. You can even go to the dev mode. So it's like a lovable like interface, but for building space applications and end-to-end geospatial models that you can deploy directly on your code base. So yeah, so either you can edit it yourself or just ask the agent to do it, hit enter, and it does the work for you. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Any questions for Axion Orbital? What's the, maybe I got one. What's been like the most unique use case that you've had or so far?
So I was working with, I should not name that hedge fund. But basically what they were trying to do is gather intelligence on what crops are going to fail or where overproduction is going to happen in northern regions of India. So they basically have enough capital to make a lot of influence on the global supply chains. They're like the big fours of the commodity trading world. So yeah, like I think the whole supply chain of food is controlled by these 4 or 5 players. I should not name them, but yeah.
Maybe he'll tell people at the networking.
Yeah, I mean.
All right. Well, thank you, Dhananjay. Appreciate it. All right. Pretty cool. Okay, next, we're going to take a break from our demoists, and we have a demo for one of our sponsors. So give it up for Dovetail. And don't forget to sign the QR code for 30 days free, which will show you.
Don't forget that. Back. I'm going to show you a little bit more about Dovetail, but feel free to get up, stretch your legs. I know that was a lot of innovation on the stage already. Everyone give everyone a round of applause. How cool was that? It takes a lot of courage to come up and demo. Yay. Oops, not this window. Oops. How do I escape? I wish we had like cool hold music. Does anyone want to sing?
There you go. That's the music.
What do I do? Oh, there. Yeah. So I need to show that other window. Oh, yeah, I can do entire screen. Okay. Perfect. Oh, gosh. What happened to my... Ah, there it is. Cool. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, Dovetail is an always-on customer intelligence platform. We're built for enterprise, but we have a lot of startups that use us. So you can start for free. I flashed a QR code earlier. You can get access to our premium customer intelligence suite. So what this looks like is you're creating a central hub to ingest customer calls, high volume data, support tickets. Think of any type of data related to who you serve. This can be applied to market research, but also getting a deeper understanding of your user base. So you start with, and you can organize all your data in these convenient folders. Who loves folders? Round of applause. So in this use case, we're working for a fictitious music streaming app called Zotify. And the team has done a bunch of research, and they had a bunch of conversations with their users. They've loaded the data. You can summarize individual calls. It's automatically transcribed in multiple languages. Get key summary at the data object level. You can also suggest highlights to give you an overview of what are the top takeaways from specific calls. And then accept those highlights, and from high volume data, generate actionable insights that you can share with your team. So this is all generated with AI. You can also make it pretty by updating the visual when you share with the team. And so really what this allows you to do is query all types of customer data in a centralized hub, leveraging almost like creating a small language model on your own customer data. So going back to the toolbar here, you can also track at the contact level. So if you've spoken with folks multiple times, you can generate summaries of all of those conversations. Across all of those sources. So yay, all the data's there. You spoke with Alex. Maybe Alex submitted a support ticket. Maybe Alex is featured in a report. It's all consolidated. Back here, oops. Let's say you have high volume data that you've ingested through channels. This is NPS data that's been imported. You can summarize and get a sense of different AI clustered themes that are tracked over a timeline. Get a summary, high level, but also go back to the source and generate an insight based on those themes across different data sources. What's great is Dovetail is also leaning into natural language interfaces, so you can chat with your own data that you own and ask your customers questions about what to do next. So that is demoed here. So this is now an interface where you are chatting across all of the data that you've ingested into Dovetail to understand, for example, what are people saying about offline music experiences? And you can keep the conversation going. This experience also integrates where your team is working, so you can have teams query Dovetail directly in Slack, Microsoft Teams, and anywhere where work happens, so everyone has a single source of truth, and the voice of the customer is accessible to all. Do you feel like there are silos even at companies that you've worked at? Raise your hand. Yeah, have you experienced silos? Well, this ends that. So try it out today. I'm so excited I had the opportunity to chat with you all. I'll be around for questions, and I appreciate it. Bye.
Showcasing the QR code at the end as well for folks to scan it. Jeremy will be around to answer questions, and I'm also happy to email it to folks at the end too. So next demoist, let me check who our next demoist is. Give me a second. Is Aries Jonan. Aries completely removes the checkout process for AI apps. All right, everybody give it up. All right. Should be able to plug in here. And then I'll give you 5 minutes.
5 minutes is plenty. Okay, I promise this is part of the demo. This is not Aries. I'll show you Aries in a second. So, hey everyone, my name is Jonan. I lead the Silicon Valley chapter of the AI Collective, and I'm the founder of Aries. Aries is a credit wallet that works across multiple apps. Our users can just top up their wallet once, and from that moment on, they never see a checkout page again. So here's how it works. Let's say that you found this app on Reddit or on Twitter, right? Really cool new AI app, you want to try it out, you see the demo, oh wow, this is really cool. But you don't want to get another subscription because we're all sick of subscriptions, right? But good news, they take Aries. So what you do is you can just log in with Aries. One click, it's just like signing in with Google that comes with money. Click confirm, and then now you're in. And the wallet is there with you. This is a completely new app. You don't have to go through any sort of checkout process at all. Let's say you go to another app, ChatEBT, because you can't afford a subscription. Continue with Aries. Confirm sign in. Same set of credit wallets follow you to any app that is in our network. For users, this is instant access. This is you don't have to think or choose any app to pay for. You don't have to worry about any checkout process. Once you're in the Aries ecosystem, you can just start using any app that is in our network. And for vendors, for these apps, it is instant conversion, and it is an extra revenue stream that scales directly with usage. And for the users, once you ran out of credits, you can just click buy. We're currently in early access right now and onboarding our first wave of partner apps.
All right, thanks, Jonah. Any questions for Aries? Oh, we got a couple. Pearson, I'll let you.
I'm curious, are you like building your own payment rails? Or are you building upon like the 402 payment required HTTP code that's like Coinbase's?
It's 402. The whole thing is just OAuth, and like, do you know like how OAuth works behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, you know how signing with Google, some apps allow you to access your like Google Drive or Gmail. For us, instead of that, it's your credits. But when the user spends credits, cash doesn't change hands there, right? It's just metering or gating. And then we tally up all the users, all the credits that they spend. Then we pay the partners in a lump sum.
And there was one more question over here.
Hi, from a vendor perspective, what type
Yeah.
of information is collected about the users and provided back to the vendors?
Yeah, as in what kind of information we give the vendors.
Correct.
Right now, it's basically just the normal, like, let's say when you sign in, you get the email, the name, the user profile. We are working towards making, like, also giving, like, the user context, as in when you go to a chat app and then you have all your chat history. We're working towards making it so that user who signs in with Aries in one place can also have shared context across all the different apps they sign in with Aries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonah. All right, everybody give him a round of applause. Next up, we have JellyPod. Is everybody still using the app? I'm watching you. Actually, Luke is. Luke, gonna raise your hand? What's that? Oh, the code. You can try this code, but it's demos.aicollective.com. That is the website. So demos.aicollective.com. Are you ready to go?
Yeah. Sweet. Hi, everybody. I'm Pearson Marks. I'm the co-founder and CEO of JellyPod, and we're a human-first AI podcast studio. So JellyPod, we help businesses and entrepreneurs create podcasts from material that maybe internal company material, marketing material, in the same voice as your brand, where you can create your own hosts and essentially create a virtual podcast studio where you have complete brand control over everything that the hosts say, guiding them towards a podcast conversation that's natural between 1 to 4 hosts and has built-in analytics and distribution to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all with one click. So I have a live demo right here, essentially how it works. I'm going to skip through some of the process, but the first thing you do is you create a host. So I'll just show some of the hosts I created earlier. We have Michelle Roberts, and she's a veteran business leader and has a PhD in physics and pursues creative writing as a hobby. So you give them a name, you give them a backstory, and then you choose a voice. So it could be a voice clone of the CEO of your business, a marketing director. You can choose a voice from our library of voices, or you can design a voice as well, that takes your backstory and creates a voice that might just make sense for Michelle in this case. So after you have your hosts, you create a podcast, and I created this one right beforehand called AI Today, and it's a podcast discussing cutting-edge technologies. We have 2 draft episodes, and I'll just go in and create a new episode in this podcast series. So just like a real podcast, you have a podcast, and then you have episodes. So you create a new episode, and you have like this familiar search ChatGPT-like interface, and today, Genie 3 was a new model that came out by Google, a world model. We're just going to paste that into the chatbot. It scrapes it. It'll pull that in as context for your podcast. And then we'll just say create, or let's say focus on the world model by Google, make it 2 chapters. And then we'll click create episode. And so we have 3 hosts in this podcast. Right now, what it's doing, it's taking the context that you provided. It's a link, that Genie 3 link. You could upload PDF documents, PowerPoints, links, anything. And we also have deep search integrated, so it can go out and do research, pulling in context. And it didn't listen to me, it didn't create 2 chapters, but we'll delete one right here. And then we'll generate a script. So that outline gives us the ability to make sure that the actual script that's being generated adheres to what we want to create. So we have that first level of high-level control. And then now it's streaming in that podcast transcript. And this is fully editable. So if you're a company and you want to create a podcast series, because every company should have a podcast today, it's a completely blue ocean. And you could edit that transcript. So you could read through this. I'll click generate audio real quick. You read through this, make sure everything's good. There's no misspellings. It actually talks about what you want to talk about. You could regenerate the script if you want. And then we'll generate the audio. And this takes a second. Hopefully it's quick today. But then you get a video on the left-hand side. So it's an audiogram video that has a podcast cover art. It has an audiogram. It has captions on it. We have different formats, so you can go landscape, portrait mode, and square mode for Instagram or Twitter or whatever, TikTok. And there it is. It's generated. And I like this spotlight mode. Oh, of course. You can't hear it. Let me see. It was the TV. Here, I think
I'm Michelle Roberts, and I'm joined by Jack Rhodes and Ethan Walker. Today we're diving into Google DeepMind's Genie 3, which honestly is one of the most fascinating leaps in world models I've seen in a while. Jack, you've been hands-on with this, right? What's your take on Genie 3's ability to generate these interactive virtual worlds from just a text prompt?
Yeah, Michelle, it's wild.
So that's JellyPod essentially, and you just click publish. It goes out to Spotify, YouTube, everything, one click, no other hosting software, nothing needed, analytics built in, and yeah. So that's that.
Round of applause. No, perfect. Any questions for JellyPod? We got one right here.
Do you use any underlying LLMs to do this, like Whisper or anything else? Just curious.
Yeah, so the script generation, audio generation, all LLM powered. You know, it understands that context that you provide, creates a transcript, creates the outline. Whisper as like a speech-to-text model. You could upload audio if you wanted to create a podcast from another podcast. We support that as well. But yeah.
Okay. And the pricing is token based or the length of the podcast page, or is it per session? Like how do you price it?
We price it credit based, so 1 credit is equal to 1 second of audio generated. So everything up to generating the actual audio is completely included. Hosting is included, like the distribution, everything on any of our premium plans. But we just charge you for the length of audio generated.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have one question. Is what's the quirkiest or most unique podcast someone's generated on JellyPod?
One of the podcasts I saw recently, he owns the largest conference, or he has reptile conferences. And so he has a podcast called the Repticon Podcast, and it talks about like snakes and lizards, and he gets like 15,000 listeners to that podcast a month, and it's kind of crazy, and it's all AI generated through JellyPod, and I was kind of blown away. I was like, wow, people listen to reptiles. It's kind of interesting.
Awesome. Thanks, Pearson. Yeah. Listen to Repticon on Spotify today. All right, we have 2 more demo lists left. Folks need to move around. You can grab a glass of water or something. Feel free to do so. But next, don't go anywhere, though. Next, we have Integral. Integral is a new messaging app for teams and communities. Integral. Come on.
I thought a reptile conference is a conference with reptiles as attendees. I thought that would be. So I'm going to keep it short. Just one disclaimer I like to put out is on the spectrum of how introvert versus extrovert someone can be, I'm on the extreme end of introversion. Usually I like to drink no coffee and a little bit of alcohol before demos. I missed this calendar invite, so I drank too much coffee and no alcohol. So I hope you'll be as excited about this as I am by the end of the presentation. The website is integralhq.com. It's an AI native Slack alternative, I like to say. The mobile app is available on test flight. The desktop app is generally available for the past 4 weeks. There might be some bugs, but I'm just going to show it to you. The reason I've built this is because I've been a power user of group chats, whether on Slack, Discord, WhatsApp groups, and etc. I've built many communities since I was a kid. I've joined a lot of them. I think we join these social networks, whether it's a company, that's a social network, every company is a social network, or a group chat. We filter people in order to filter opportunities and insights. But the apps that we use for that are not designed for the current scale of communications. So you have human-to-human messaging apps that were designed for 20 people talking, but now you have 200 people, 2,000 people, and so on. So there are too many people sending too many messages, and no one person can process all of it, so we end up muting them. And the opportunity cost is ridiculous. So I think the future of communication between humans should be human to AI to humans, so that there's something in between filtering what you should see or who you should see, but giving you control over that selection so that you see the top 0.1% of everything instead of seeing everything. So this is Slack, and I'm sure all of you have some version of these. Too many channels, too many notifications, too many spaces. This is Integral. It's a desktop app, first and foremost. But you can see on the left side, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. You have one thing that's called Everything, that if you click on, you kind of get Slack mode. I wanted to call it Slack mode, but I thought that would be too passive aggressive. But so I call it Everything, where yeah, you see you have a feed, you have messages as you would expect, and other stuff I'll quickly show. But you have AI mode, which again shows you what's actually useful. So for notifications, for example, it reads all your notifications. It tells you which ones need actions. Because maybe some notification is someone emoji reacted to something you say, and you don't really care about that. But another one might be someone actually DM'd you, and they're waiting for you to do something. You can see like. And then you can actually create AI agents as a member that then you can add them within chat. And you can give them different purpose or different personalities. Right now, you can't kind of connect them to MCP to take external action, but I'm looking to ship that soon. You can see a bit of trend analysis. You can actually see automated categorization of everything, and then you can click which categories of all things in that workspace or community you care about, and then it gives you AI summaries of some of the most, engaged posts in that category. You get another thing, maybe I'll say that and then leave it, is that I notice everyone who uses Slack or Discord kind of uses it with some document sharing like Notion or Airtable or something. And again, like having these things, I think is kind of, I don't like it. I find it annoying. So I've added some composability, meaning you can actually, this app could host your documents, gallery view of people, events and stuff as well if you'd like to. Like, you can get documents here. There's an AI system that has access to all the conversations within that workspace that only you and the members can access it. No context sharing between organizations. I wouldn't train models on your data either. Events, you can create events for your members. You can kind of manage who your people are. You can have subgroup chats. And yeah, if you'd like to try it out, go to integralhq.com, download it. You'll be able to either create a workspace for your team or an online community. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Any questions for the Integral team?
Just one question. How do you have excitement metrics, or what excites me? So how does the AI decide, or does the user give it?
Right now, I'm using a very simple recommendation engine, collaborative filtering with implicit feedback, based on the stuff you're reacting to or reading or commenting on. A combination of implicit and explicit feedback. It looks at the stuff that you engage with, then it looks at other people who are engaging with those same stuff. If they have engaged with something that you haven't, it concludes maybe that's interesting to you too. Does that answer your question? Thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions? Cool. All right. Thank you, Integral. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. Our last demo, not last but not least, demo list. Are you guys ready? series ready. Threads. Here we go. Threads, here's the description. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Threads is enabling developers to monetize their conversational AI platforms and advertise in them. So, Andre, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you so much, Chris. All right, everyone, I'll keep it short. I know it's the last demo tonight. At Threads, we're building an AI native ad network. What that means is that we put ads in chatbots. If you're a chatbot developer, you want to monetize your chatbot with native user-friendly ads, you want to make your product accessible, right? Silicon Valley is trying to save the world with their AI. Well, we tell them give away for free. And then brands who want to reach users in highly engaging environments, well, we enable them to advertise in those chatbots. And so the kind of platform that we're building is just like in coding, you have vibe coding. We're trying to do the same thing with marketing, building vibe marketing, where in vibe coding, non-coders can code, and vibe marketing, non-marketers can market. And so we make it so simple that you can launch a campaign with a single prompt. You literally tell me, launch a campaign for example.com for $10, launch, and that's it. The campaign is live. You can go take a nap, sleep, wake up to return on ad spend, ROAS, performance on your ads. And so, yeah, let's get right into it. Now you can simply type a prompt. If anyone here actually, by the way, has a company, a startup that they would like to advertise, we can launch, yeah, Jonan or someone else who's not from the AI Collective. Yeah, sure. Give me your website and then we can try it out. How do you spell your website? CROTTA .io. CROTRO. And so I'm sure yourself as a builder, one of the biggest challenges as builders in this room, we build amazing products, and so one of the biggest challenges is actually, well, get this product in front of people, right? And so advertising is a magical tool that enables you to build something, and then literally in seconds, you can have it used by people, you can have it in front of people. And so we're just going to say, launch a campaign. And now you pay, and you're done. And your campaign will be live. That's it. Thank you so much. If you want to connect, here's my LinkedIn. Awesome.
Thank you, Andrea. Any questions for Threads? What's, I guess I've been asking the same question for a lot of folks, but the most interesting campaign that you've had to run or that you've seen?
I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. I think there's a wide spectrum of advertisers that advertise with us, from mental health to fitness to supplements to hardware like drones. Yeah, so nothing out of the ordinary, but theoretically you could advertise anything. So if you want to advertise yourself, or you want to do a gift to your girlfriend or your parents, and you can literally advertise them, just like you buy a billboard. Well, you just buy a digital billboard. So yeah, that's what you could theoretically do.
Awesome. Well, some time to prep before Valentine's Day. Well, that's a good idea. So, all right, awesome. Well, thanks, Andre. I appreciate it. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, I'm going to throw up the demo app one more time. Folks, take a second to vote. So the three categories are best overall, best tech, and most creative. So that was the third one that was in my mind. But I'm going to throw it up for folks that, in case they didn't get a chance to sign on. We'll give a few minutes to rack up votes, and then we'll announce the winner shortly. So sit tight. You can watch me do it live. we have our results. Thanks everybody for voting. Okay, let's start with most creative. Let's get a drum roll, please. And with most creative, our winner is JellyPod. All right, come on to the stage. Here's your prize. Here, stay up here, stay up here. And for best technology, another round of drum roll, please. Drum roll, drum roll. Best technology we have Axion Orbital. All right. And then don't forget, we have the prize for most LinkedIn connections, but I need a Corona, so stick around. Here you go. And then, all right, last but not least, our best overall for tonight. The winner of the first inaugural SF Newcomer Demo Night is, drum roll please, everybody. Drum roll, drum roll. The winner is Uncover. All right. Give it a hand. Hey, also, let's give a hand to everybody that demoed tonight. It takes a lot to get up here, and here you go. All right, well, let's take a picture. Do a quick picture, all the demolists. Come on. I'll let somebody. All the demolists can come up. Yeah, go ahead. All right, let's give everybody a round of applause. Jonan, Andrea. Awesome. There's a couple cameras in the back. Awesome. Cool. All right, well, thanks, everybody. Stick around. We have some open networking. We got this food and drinks for folks to eat. And then the last plug is our community. So please join our community. We have an upcoming demo night hosted at the AWS Gen AI Loft on September 3rd. So I'll throw a link up on the chat. And if anyone is also interested in volunteering or becoming part of the collective, hosting events yourself, connecting with folks that are building great solutions in the community, come join us. Come find us. I don't know how you're going to be able to tell, but if you ask around, there's a link up there. Give me 1 second. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Stick around.